122. Will that help you?
Well, I'm not sure what type of preparations he's going through for making his weight allowance, but he's been in training now for two months, I understand, so he should not have a weight problem.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a lightning fast and good match. Good luck tonight.
Thanks a lot, Doc.
Both men are in the ring. Let's meet them now. Here's ring announcer Chuck Hall.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Caesars Palace Sports Pavilion, where tonight Don King Productions, in association with Caesars Palace, presents Championship Boxing. This is the main event of the evening. 15 rounds of boxing for the Super Bantamweight Championship of the World. Introducing the challenger. In the red corner, he is undefeated in his professional career. He fights out of New Carrollton, Maryland. He weighs 120 1/4 pounds. Derrik Holmes. And in the blue corner, fighting out of San Juan, Puerto Rico, weighing 121 3/4 pounds, he is the Super Bantamweight Champion of the World, Wilfredo Gomez. 15 rounds of boxing.
Third man in the ring is Joey Curtis. Let's listen in. And apparently his microphone not functioning. Here we go.
Don't come out of that corner until I call you out of there. Watch your low blow. Watch your head. You understand? I hold you responsible for him. I hold you responsible for him, okay? Shake hands.
A lot of nervous energy. Look at the two combatants. They can't wait for that first bell. Holmes will be 25 years of age tomorrow. You can imagine what kind of birthday present he's planning, trying to become the champion of the world. 118 to 122 pound division, super bantamweight or junior featherweight. Whatever you will. There's Holmes, unbeaten, but much less experience against the knockout artist Gomez, who comes right out with a left hook. As amateurs 6 years ago, Holmes in the dark trunks knocked out Gomez in the first round. It was stunning then, even as an amateur. Many feel now Gomez has that factor. The revenge mode is going for him tonight.
Now, with the power that Gomez has, Derrik Holmes is doing the right thing. He's using that jab very, very effectively. Keeping Gomez off balance, keeping him at bay. That's what he should continue to do throughout the fight.
Holmes does not have a great chin, although he's never been knocked out. He has been down. In fact, 2 fights ago, was knocked down in the 9th round. Came back to win against Marcel Santiago on a split decision. Gomez indicating to Bernie that this would be his last defense of the Super Bantamweight Championship. He's just had a struggle with his weight. He wants to move up and be a legitimate featherweight, looking after Sanchez's crime.
Remember, Gomez has said he's very patient in this first round. If it comes, it comes. He's not looking for it.
How many rounds do you think it'll last, Bernie?
Inside of 5.
How about you, Ray?
Well, I'm looking for something to happen in the very first round, because Derrik is very aggressive. Like you said earlier, Gomez is going to buy his time. Wait for that one big punch to come around.
Right now, Derrik is fighting the best fight he can fight against Gomez. Keeping him busy, keeping him flicking that jab away, and keeping him from landing that big bomb.
And we're through round 1, scheduled for 15 rounds. Of course, neither man accustomed to that long distance. Sylvester Stallone, Rocky, and with Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers in the audience at ringside. They'll be chatting with Sylvester and hopefully Apollo Creed too later this bout. Holmes unloading some right hands, but thrown wildly.
Derrik Holmes fighting very jittery.
Doesn't figure to go 15. Oh, a good right hand by Holmes, and Gomez saying, you didn't hurt me.
Good right hand by Holmes. Solid right hand.
The first round is indication it's going to be a fast pace in this one.
Keep on punching leg. I want to keep on punching.
Round 1. With Sugar Ray Leonard, Dr. Bernie Pacheco at ringside here in Las Vegas. Super Bantamweight Championship on the line. Unbeaten champion Wilfredo Gomez in the light trunks. Derrik Holmes, the challenger. New Carlton, Maryland in the blue trunks. Best punch of that first round was a right hand thrown by the challenger. It was a fast-paced first round. What does that mean, Ray?
Well, the first round was a very fast round, Dick. And what it means is the fact that the tension has built up in both fighters. That's the reason, because knowing Derrik as a teammate, he's always started off slow, and he begins to pick the pace up in the later rounds.
Let's see how the ringsiders who are equipped with polling devices saw the first round. They gave it to Gomez. Gomez starting to unload. And a good right hand thrown by the challenger, Holmes. And another right hand by Holmes. Holmes taking the fight to the champion.
Can't make a mistake and get too cocky, because Gomez can really counterpunch hard. He's got his legs spread and he wants to throw bombs.
He hasn't thrown that left underneath that we talked about at the start, Ray. Gomez has not used it.
Well, I noticed that there's a redness on Derrik Holmes' left eye. That means that right hand of Gomez is being delivered.
And Holmes landing the right hand lead.
Twice. Gomez is waiting for him to make the kind of mistake he just made, to swing wildly. Holmes has got to go back to his steady kind of fighting, the kind of fight that Georgie Benton planned. Busy, moving, and not make mistakes like that. That is not a knockdown and should not be counted.
It's a slip, but the official counting at ringside, trying to make sure in case it was ruled a knockdown. Just a slip by Holmes, and you saw Gomez try to help him up. Gomez, by the way, has 11 consecutive title defenses by knockout. That is an all-time record, any division in boxing history. He broke Roberto Duran's mark of 10 in a row. Duran, by the way, the Panamanian champion, a close friend of Gomez.
Now, see, what Derrik Holmes should be doing is maintaining control. He should be using that left jab. Gomez is much too strong to fight him inside.
And he's making the mistake. Holmes is making the mistake of quitting, moving around. He stopped his mobility, and he's now fighting with him. And that is where you get knocked out with Gomez.
As Holmes shows he's not only quick with his fist, he packs a wallop as well.
He's got Gomez hurt. Gomez is fighting on instinct here.
Final seconds of round 2.
Not a...
Corner of champion Wilfredo Gomez worked feverishly on the champion between rounds. As he came back after round 2, he was out on his feet. Watch him closely. Gomez in the light trunks, the champion, stunned by Derrik Holmes, and Holmes again landing the heavier punches.
Gomez is trying to land one big shot, but he came back to his corner, looked over here with unseeing eyes. He had a blank look, just got hit again by a right hand. Holmes is hitting him with right hand lead, Sugar.
One thing you're going to see now from Holmes is Derrik would dominate Gomez with his speed, but he must always be under control, know exactly where he's going to land, because Gomez is going to stay on top of him the whole time.
But there is a trap in all this, is there not, Ray? As you learned against Duran, as Holmes tries to measure him, he's flat-footed. He's not moving and using his speed.
That's right, Dick. He must use his speed. He must not stand right in front of Gomez.
Gomez is, the longer this goes, the worse it is for Gomez. He's been on this big dive.
That's a slip. That is not a knockdown, but a slip. You saw in the corner Derrik Holmes' fiancée, Denise Harley, that they have no immediate plans for marriage, but if he becomes a champion, he'll have an announcement.
Gomez just went over, slipped on a spot, and got hit by a right hand right on the chin of Holmes, who's taking advantage of every opportunity.
It's been the right hand of Derrik Holmes that has hurt Gomez.
The longer this goes, the more that weight is going to tell on Gomez, who lost an awful lot of weight and is going to be weak in the later rounds.
Losing weight so early and losing so much weight is a factor in any fight. It takes a great deal, especially out of a puncher like Gomez.
None of those punches really caused any damage, although it brought a roar from the Gomez contingent.
Holmes should be moving. He is just standing still and getting hit.
Slight puffiness around the left eye of Gomez, the champion. Testimony to those right hands of Holmes. And again, down goes Holmes. And that is going to be ruled a knockdown. I didn't see a punch unless it was a body blow that was low.
It was a body blow, Dick, but then what it is now, Derrik is still in the state of shock with this fight. He's not really hurt, but mentally he's hurt.
And that has inspired Gomez to go after Holmes. Final seconds of round 3.
Another 20 seconds.
Now it's Gomez unloading. And that's round 3. This bud's for you. Here's the knockdown in round 3, Ray Leonard. Let's examine just what put Holmes to the canvas.
Well, here we see Gomez becoming the aggressive, and it was a slip. There was no punch delivered.
Why he stayed on the ground, I'll never know. He should have gotten up. That was a slip. That was not a knockdown, yet he lost the round so big because of that knockdown.
Well, the champion, Wilfredo Gomez, 29 straight victories, all by knockout against challenger Derrik Holmes.
Move around.
He should be moving now. Derrik shouldn't even clinch.
Should be bobbing, weaving, moving. He shouldn't be punching. That's it. Move around and flick that jab out.
Trying to clear his eyes, Derrik Holmes here early in round 4.
You can see the excitement that Wilfredo Gomez creates in this division, in any division. He is a consummate killer. He's a consummate hunter.
Just 23 years of age, the champion rallying from being hurt himself in the first round. And emotions to Holmes, come after me, coming both gloves in, invites you in, I invite you in. Both men landing right hands inside. And down goes Holmes again. Not from any one punch, but with a flurry. He may have just taken a breather. Now, another knockdown, and this fight is over. They have not waived the 3 knockdown rule, although it's a championship, so if Holmes goes down again, it's all over.
Derrik is really hurt now. And now he's
there it is. It's all over. Oh, emotion. Apparently they have waived the 3 knockdown rule. That was not, they have, we understand. That was not our understanding. So Holmes is still alive.
Holmes is badly, he's badly hurt.
He's very smart. You see, he's kneeled down to take the stand.
But that's not smart in the eyes of the crowd. He has no chance against Gomez now. He is so far down mentally, and Gomez is so high, he has no way of stopping this.
Still plenty of time left here in round 4, and here comes the champion Gomez. A right hand drops Holmes in the corner. That's the 5th time he's been down in this round. Just up at the count of 7.
This fight should be stopped now. There's no sense standing there taking the punishment.
Absolutely right. It's clearly Gomez's fight, and it's only a matter of how much he's going to be hurt.
Holmes trying to weather a long round 4 that began with an immediate knockdown on the first punch thrown in the round by Gomez. Final seconds.
It'll be a miracle if he doesn't quit in the corner.
There's the bell. Let's follow Derrik Holmes to his corner. I'm not sure he knows where he is.
What's the matter? I'm the doctor. What the hell's the matter? What the fuck is the matter, Derrik?
World title, buddy.
You're not even getting
Huh?
So Derrik Holmes, examined by the physician assigned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. If you were the doctor, what would you recommend, Ferdy?
If I were a doctor right here, I would stop this fight. Let's look at the first knockdown. It's a perfect left hand which knocks him to the canvas. That's a legitimate knockdown in any boxing event.
I don't think he ever recovered from that left hook the entire round. Do you, Ray?
Well,
this is the fifth knockdown, and that's a perfect right hand. How he got up from any of those is a miracle. They're going to let him come out.
Round 5. Gomez had his challenger Holmes down 5 times in the last round. And here comes Holmes back.
the Derrik legs are still wobbly. He's fighting basically on instinct.
He's fighting on desperation is what he's fighting. They've told him in the corner, listen, you do this round or we're stopping it. But you see the mark of a great fighter. Gomez is not excited. He's not going on for it. He'll let it come. He'll let the knockdown come.
Right hand just grazing the chin of Holmes. Gomez measuring his opponent. Caesars Palace Sports Pavilion, Las Vegas, Nevada. Dick Enberg, Sugar Ray Leonard, Dr. Ferdy Pacheco for the Super Bantamweight Championship of the World, scheduled for 15. Midway through round 5, the champion, Wilfredo Gomez, very much in control at this juncture. And there's a cut now over the left eye of the challenger Holmes. And Holmes goes down.
They're about to throw in the towel. Corner man's got a towel ready for him to go.
George Bantam, the veteran trainer, does have a towel in hand.
And he should have thrown it.
Now Holmes is not defending himself at all.
The referee is ready to jump in, but he won't do it.
Third man in the ring is Joey Curtis.
They should stop this fight now.
And there's no reason for this to go on, Sugar Ray. I absolutely agree this could be stopped now.
You know, Fred, I give Derrik a lot of credit because he's determined to try to win this fight. But I really believe the reason I throw the towel is because they feel their man still has a fighting chance.
Oh, a good right hand by Holmes.
If he does, it'd be one of the biggest miracles of boxing, Sugar Ray.
Well, we've got the Rocky and the Apollo Creed at ringside, but that's not reality. This is, down goes Holmes, and that's the towel. The fight is over. Champion Wilfredo Gomez makes it 30 knockouts in a row. Gomez packs another knockout on his all-time boxing record. 12 defenses, 12 knockouts. No one in boxing history has ever accomplished that feat. A reminder, we have another outstanding bout for you, and it's in the same division, and another unbeaten super bantamweight, also from Puerto Rico, Edwin Rosario. He's 13-0, just 18 years of age, 13 straight knockouts, trying to follow in the footsteps of his idol, Wilfredo Gomez, and he'll take on former North American champion Javier Flores from Salt Lake City. We'll have that bout for you. Right now, here's the official announcement of the time of the knockout. Chuck Hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joey Curtis stops the bout at 2 minutes 29 seconds of the 5th round. The winner by a technical knockout, and still the super bantamweight champion of the world, Wilfredo Gomez.
Gomez has reversed the one or the last time he was beaten in 1974 as an amateur. He was knocked out in the first round by Derrik Holmes, but their paths have taken different courses. Gomez then became a professional, a draw in his very first fight, and now 30 consecutive knockouts, 12 of those in defending his championship. And with him now, here's Ferdy.
Tráeme a Wilfredo aquí, por favor. Tráeme a Wilfredo. Wilfredo, Wilfredo, tráeme para acá, Wilfredo. La televisión, Wilfredo. Wilfredo Gómez, still the super bantamweight champion. Congratulations, Wilfredo. Dime, ¿te lastimó? Did he hurt you?
Bueno, fíjate, me dio dos derechas muy buenas en la mandíbula. Entré con las manos abiertas, pero gracias a Dios pude predecir el knockout en los primeros 5 asaltos, ya que yo siempre dije que se iba en los primeros 5 asaltos y sobre todo en el 5º asalto.
He said, yes, he was hurt by 2 straight right hands. He was able to recover. He felt that if he took his time, he would knock him out inside of 5 as he had predicted, and he did so. ¿Y ahora qué, Wilfredo? And now what?
Ahora ya el Consejo Mundial me va a aprobar la pelea por el Campeonato Mundial de los Pesos Plumas frente a Salvador Sánchez para el mes de noviembre. Y esta va a ser mi última, naturalmente va a ser mi última defensa de los Super Gallos.
This is his last defense as a bantamweight champion. He is going to be able to go on into the featherweight champions, and he wants to take on Sanchez.
Y que ya Don King esta pelea ya Don King la tiene programada para el mes de noviembre, ya que Don King le hizo una oferta y está en negociaciones para...
The negotiations are underway with Don King for him to evade Salvador Sanchez, and what a fight that would be in November, sometime in November in Caesar's Palace. Thank you very much. And back to Dick Enberg at ringside.
And the winner, Bazooka, Wilfredo Gómez. So he will vacate his championship after 12 consecutive defenses, all wins by knockout, and may well hand it over to a countryman, 18-year-old Edwin Rosario. We're going to see him in action against Javier Flores in just a moment. Right now, Sugar Ray Leonard, let's go back to the 5th round and the end for the game, Derrik Holmes.
Well, here we see why Gomez is such an expert at putting his punches together. He lands a tremendous right hand to Holmes' jaw. Holmes goes down, and this is the reason why I consider Gomez such a devastating puncher.
Now, many say pound for pound, maybe the best boxer in the business today. He's only 23. Holmes' final stop. His first professional loss. His birthday plans for tomorrow destroyed by Wilfredo Gómez. The referee was Joey Curtis. There was some discussion as to whether the fight should have been stopped sooner. Let's go up to Ferdy Pacheco.
And here we are with a very competent referee, and I would like to ask you, why didn't you stop that earlier? He'd been down so many times.
Doctor, in the WBC fights, we shut down the three counts system where if the fighter's down more than 3 times, we let the fighter continue if he's able. If the fighter is completely injured where he doesn't know what he's doing, I would stop the fight.
Let me ask you, a couple of those were knockdowns where there were no punches. He sort of seemed to be resting. Could you have disqualified him?
I couldn't have disqualified him because he was hit some pretty good punches that had some after effects.
Thank you very much. It's enlightening. And back to Dick Enberg at ringside.
Thank you, Ferdy. And Joey Curtis, the 3rd man in the ring. Well, that's a tough responsibility. And I think we all agree on one thing, and Joey Curtis being one of those. You either stop a fight or too soon or too late, and there really isn't an option. If you're in doubt, stop it